Welcome back, Plugs and Thugs, episode 77. As
up?
always, we got myself, Daniel,
Alex, hi.
Scott, hi.
and Zach.
And Zach.
My name is Zach.
There you go.
Actually, today we have a special guest, Colin Mulvey. He is a former ECHL and German League hockey player. We want to welcome in.
Self-proclaimed Kenny Powers of Kenny Powders. Yeah, welcome, dude. Yeah, pump them up, bro.
Welcome, Colin.
You guys
Appreciate
are
you coming
fucking
in.
out. I'm fucking in. Let's go.
Hey, let's go.
Hell
Well,
yeah, dude. That's what I like to hear.
Thanks for
Solid
joining
energy
us
out the
today,
gate.
Colin. Oh yeah, we got to have it. Thanks for joining us, reaching out, and wanting to embark on this crazy ass journey with us. Keep it informal, like we said.
Hell yeah.
We might as well just get right into it. This is a different format.
Well, before we get into like our questions for you and stuff like that, why don't you tell us a little about yourself, like where you played, where you're from, all that good stuff.
So, my name is Colin, and I'm from Worcester, Massachusetts. Before we got on the air, we did a test with all the other fellas here, and none of them have any fucking clue how to say that word.
Not wrong.
So I'm from Worcester. I started skating about 3 years old. Somehow lucked onto it, like the premier team in the hometown my second year, and then they figured me out that I was actually a phony. And the year after that, I was the only kid cut from that team. Then I just kept playing and kept grinding. Eventually, got a scholarship in college. From there, I was able to sign a couple of professional deals. Played mostly in the United States. The big stops were in Wheeling, West Virginia, Charleston, South Carolina, Cincinnati, Ohio, finished up in Portland, Indiana. And in between those stops, I played in Munich, Germany for a year, and I had another quick stop in Lindau, Germany, which is a little like tourist destination on the Swiss-Austrian border in the Alps. That one didn't go that way. So.
But that still sounds like it was dope. I mean, you weren't in America.
You got to travel.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Live better than all four of us combined.
Yeah, dude.
Not wrong.
Hey, you have more miles on your legs than all of us, dude. That's what I'm talking about, man.
In the last 3 years, I got 18 countries under the belt since I shipped.
Yeah. All right. So that is one of my questions.
Well, Zach, you got a question right on the.
I'm just going to comment. I'm pretty sure I read half of that bio in John Scott's autobiography, so I don't know how authentic that is, but we'll drill into it.
I had to eliminate all the parts where he wrote, he fought this guy.
Yeah.
I never fight in my life, but I tried my best to edit it.
So you basically said that you had 18 countries under your belt. What was your favorite country, like to visit, play in, wherever when you were over there?
I only played in Germany. But my favorite country visiting in the European continent, I had to say, was the Netherlands, and not for the obvious reasons, not for the prostitutions and the drugs. It's just that the people are fucking stunning. The only problem is they're huge. The average guy's like 6'4", so I look like a complete dwarf from her walking.
Speaking of complete dwarfs, our buddy David Zavalos, who is an actual dwarf.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man! I do. That's on my bucket list. I do want to see Netherlands.
Yeah, they're the nicest people going. I remember it was like the first time we were there. Me and my buddy. We get off the train and we're walking. We have no idea where the hell we are, and this old woman starts ringing her bike bell at us, and we're like, "Oh shit!" And she stopped. She's like 65 years old, and she's like, "Hey fellas, you must not be from around here, but this is the bike lane. And the sidewalk's actually over there. You're in the way." And then I'm like, "Oh, we're so sorry. Where are you guys going tonight?" And we're like, "We have no idea." She's like, "Oh, you fellas will have a lot of fun if you go up 2 blocks and take a left. That's where you guys need to be." She puts us right into the red light districts.
Damn.
The prostitutes.
Okay, Grandma. Damn.
At least she was directing you the right way, huh?
Yeah, she's just looking out for
Hey,
you.
yeah.
So the Netherlands are Venice. Got it. Check.
Don't go to Venice. Venice is the worst place I've ever been.
Really?
Oh, it's just full of. It smells like sewage. the people, you're tit to tit with every single person there. You can't walk. It's a fucking maze. It takes you 2 hours to get to the other side of the canal.
And every half block, you're running into the same store, just a different person.
No,
running.
Dano, you uncultured swine. He's talking about Venice, Italy, not.
All right, so we have a follow-up question. Was the grandma directing you to her workplace? More than likely.
It's possible.
The
If it's-
current staff was legit. We'll just leave it at that.
Damn,
I didn't miss
okay.
any of them, but from the eye test, the current staff was very well talented.
Oh, hey, well, you know what they say, dude. I mean, Phil's grandma, she's probably post-menopause. She can't get pregnant, bro. There you go. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Yeah, but there's other dangers you got to worry about.
Yeah.
That is
Last
true.
Magic
Nursing
Johnson,
homes
he's
have, like,
not
the-
guy.
Yeah, nursing homes have like the most outbreaks of like STDs ever, dude. Terrible.
Zach's gonna make sure this is the last guest we ever have on this show.
Quite possible. Quite possible. Very well could be.
Shit. That's funny. I don't know. I mean, we just have a whole bunch of questions. I mean, who wants to go next? You guys had more than I did. I kind of Zach, myself, and Scott bullshitted with Colin. We'll re-ask those questions, but
Scott came the closest to where Colin played than any of us. I mean, I never made it out of double A's, but Scott here.
I went to junior league. You act like I was really that close. Like I played in juniors. That was it.
Well, you had some pretty thought-provoking questions, Scott. How about
you
it?
did.
I mean, probably my biggest question is what would you say is the difference between like a German league locker room and an ECHL locker room?
Oh,
Like what was the energy difference there?
Oh, the first thing would be foreskins. A lot more German league.
That actually makes sense. Yeah.
Hey, Colin, you're just gonna be a regular on the show now. I love this guy.
It was great.
A lot more covered wagons over in Germany. But in the German locker room, there wasn't as much banter and bullshit back and forth. Maybe just because I didn't
Really?
speak German, so
Oh, okay.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. But it seemed to be like a lot classier, where like the American locker room is kind of what Trump says. It's locker room talk, and basically
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
it's
You need
chaos,
that.
especially after like
Our little Latino friend over there, of course, he's got a hood. They don't believe in circumcisions.
like after a night out on the town with the fellas, and you come back the next day and the stories just flow, and it's chaotic in the U.S.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Speaking of circumcisions, Alex got circumcised at 25.
For the third time.
What the
Jesus.
God
Holy
damn.
shit.
It's
Well,
so
no, I
sick.
just because you mentioned the after game parties and everything. Just because we had a brief conversation beforehand. I know you said you didn't touch a drop of alcohol, but you closed the bars down. So, I mean, obviously there's other ways to have fun. How did you have fun with the boys while they were
Mowing her
pounding
down.
alcohol? Yeah.
I have like a pretty strong feeling that no one's ever started a story with, hey, remember that time we went to bed and we got like 6 to 8 great hours of sleep? Like no one's ever fucking said that.
No.
That's true.
So it's just like, if anybody's doing something, let's do it. And I always was somebody to just say yes to things. I remember my first weekend in Cincinnati, me and this guy were hanging out, and he's like, hey, I have this like 50-year-old broad on Tinder that I'm gonna go meet up with. You want to join me? And I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. So we meet up with this like 50-year-old woman, and then she's like, hey, we're going to an after party in this underground club. And to this day, I have no idea where this place was, but it's like underneath some pizza place downtown. So there it's like 4 a.m, and after there, we go with this guy who's the most coked out guy I've ever seen. We got in his the fuck is he driving? He's driving like a Bentley or something. We get in his Bentley and we drive to his house, and we're playing basketball in his living room at 6 a.m. It was crazy.
Hell yeah. Scott
fuck?
actually knows where that place is at. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He knows
absolutely.
that place is at because he is 65 years old and drinks old fashions.
Yeah.
He's been there a couple times. So
In a
speaking of
short
like
stint
the
in
locker, speaking of like the locker room chirping and stuff like that, dude. What is the greatest locker room chirp, or just chirp in general, that you've ever heard in your life? Something that just it wasn't like, it didn't make you like bust into laughing, but it made you do like the whole like, damn, like that kind of shit, dude.
Fuck, that's
If it happens to be yours, feel free to stroke your own dick.
Yeah, if it happens to be yours, yeah,
No,
have at it.
not mine. It wasn't that clever. Fuck, like I just remember like the really basic ones. They kind of suck. It's like when I was in high school or in college, and I used to wear the full shield, like the full clear shield.
Yeah.
Guys would always come up to be like, "Hey, 25, roll your window down. I can't hear you."
That's pretty good, actually.
Like the stupid one I used to say just to like get a laugh out of people was when they would like stand next to the bench during a face-off, be like, "Hey, 27, I heard you can't read really good."
Got him.
Because it's just so awkward. It's fun.
Yeah, they don't like what? They have to think about it.
Yeah, exactly. It makes them think about it.
See, whenever I chirped, man, I didn't chirp to piss people off, dude. I just chirped to make people laugh and throw them off the game, dude.
Same here, because like I'm a fucking pussy. I'm 5'10", 70 pounds. Like I'm the smallest guy on the ice. I'm not chirping somebody where they're gonna get pissed and try to hit me. Never mind fight me. I want no part of that.
Well, if we played with our buddy
I'm 5'11",
Dave, you
180.
wouldn't be.
On my ass
Yeah,
on the daily.
Yeah, you wouldn't be the smallest guy on the ice if this guy right here played with us.
Yeah,
That's true.
All 5'5" and shit.
yeah. Can't confirm Dave is like Martin St. Louis with 2 broken ankles.
St. Louis got the
Folded.
biggest fucking legs you've ever seen.
Dude, it's like
Tree
he's got
trunks, bro.
Yeah, it's like he's got 2 honey baked hams like behind his like, shins, dude. It's wild.
He's huge legs. Huge.
That's probably true. That's probably true.
Zach would show his dick as a jerk.
Really throw them off their game.
Dude, that really exactly really throw him out their game, dude.
Oh, I
I don't
changed
throw-
boards, fresh over the boards.
I don't throw it deep. What was it? I don't throw it
Yeah.
deep.
I don't throw her deep, but I beat the shit out of the sides.
That's my guy.
And
That's my
follow
guy.
up. Good board play.
Good board play. What about you, Daniel? You got anything you want to get off your chest? Your hairless chest?
Yeah. That's just because I shaved it. It's okay. Manscaped, bro.
Yeah, you get the Manscaped going. Sponsored, not really.
I wish.
No, I mean, I wanted to
Fuck
give
yeah, I
Alex
wish.
a chance because we all got on a little early. I know he had a couple of really good ones too. That were
Yeah.
a little bit more thought provoking.
This is coming purely from an armchair GM standpoint because I like to think I know everything.
yes.
So,
Of course,
okay. So biggest thing. So like you see how like guys like Nathan McKinnon and even like lower end guys like Kyle Clifford and Ryan Reeves are like they get their dick sucked out in public by the community. Being that the ECHL is focused more on these smaller towns. Do you guys ever get recognized in public being ECHL players in these smaller towns? Like do you guys get help out from businesses like free dinners, all that?
Yeah, you do. It depends a lot on what city you're in. In Fort Wayne, the last team I played on, like we were treated like an NHL team. Basically,
That's sick.
That's
anything
awesome.
you wanted, you kind of had a hookup for. I remember one guy wanted like 4 TVs in his living room and like a full surround sound. He went down to the Rena Center, and the guy's just like, "Yeah, we'll deliver it tomorrow. No problem. I got you."
Damn.
And he got
Wow.
a huge setup. And then I remember one time we rolled into a restaurant in downtown, and it was completely packed. And the woman's like, "Yeah, we can't seat you tonight if you don't have a reservation." And my buddy's like, "Oh, one sec, let me make a phone call." And on that team, we had these like player ID cards that allowed us in and out of the rink like a badge. And he takes his wallet out with that thing on top and puts it on the hostess stand and pretends going out to call somebody. And the woman's like, "Actually, yeah, I think we do have something. If you guys just give us 1 minute, we'll get you a table."
Damn.
That's beautiful.
Hell
That's
yeah.
pretty
That's
sweet.
good, man. I'm glad, dude.
Yeah.
What
Bro,
about
I
in
mean-
Germany though? How was it in Germany? Just
In Germany, I got recognized personally a little bit, probably because I was the only American in town, so it helped a little bit in that sense. But
Well, yeah, because they'd say Guten Tag to him and he'd be like, "Hello."
literally, I wouldn't say a fucking thing, and people would spot me as like an American. I was like almost American on my face. I remember walking into, I was going through the checkout line at the grocery store, and it was a black female cashier, and I hadn't done anything. I just unloaded my groceries, and I'm walking up, and she goes, "Hi, I'm Obama's sister," and I was like,
Holy shit, dude!
right now, I didn't say a word. This lady already called me out on it.
Bro, your European
go.
culture is
That's a good fan question here.
Good fan
Dave.
question. Right.
On the road, did you ever walk in on a teammate cranking it?
No, I didn't. No, thank God.
Well,
I'm
lucky-
not
lucky for you.
anybody cranking it.
Lucky for you.
I'm a big knocker. I like to knock.
Oh, okay. That's smart. That's smart. Yeah.
That's very
Why?
smart, especially being that would make sense too because it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach, I know I'm on the first line, but I'd like to get bumped down to the third or fourth, maybe traded.
I saw this guy cranking in the tweezers. I need to get the fuck off this team now. Walk into the GM's office. I instantly. I need a trade.
So my other one was, so I know with the ECHL it's a little different. Like I know in the AHL or not in the AHL, but rather like the WHL, the OHL, obviously the NHL, the draft is like this highly touted thing. The ECHL is kind of a little more like a regular job where a lot of these guys are going out and trying out for their contracts. So what's the experience on your end coming in as a rookie like that? Like how did you come into the ECHL? How does the process work for you as a player, like on the back end?
So primarily, the ECHL is made up of probably 50% of guys who are on contracts with the higher leagues. So they're either on a contract with the NHL or the AHL team. So most guys like leaving the junior leagues, like the O, the Dub, or the Q, they'll sign these deals with NHL teams, and if they either need a few more years to develop, or they're just not the player that the NHL teams thought they were, they get dumped down in the coast. So they have like a guaranteed position, and then for the rest of us, we're there primarily through our agents. So our agents go out and they try to find the best opportunity or whatever. They fucking have a friend because the agents are all scumbags at the end of the day.
Wait, did you say Asians or agents?
Oh no.
Want to make that very
Agents with a G.
They're all scumbags. So like my first year professionally, guy named Mike Greer, he played like 1,000 games in NHL.
Yeah. Mike Greer.
Everybody. He acted as my agent my first year.
Okay.
And he's the one he called Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh put me in Wheeling. And when I showed up to Wheeling, I was like a huge dark horse to make the team. I remember like they had the whole team locker room, which is the regular team locker room. That's where the expected roster all dressed, and then the rest of us were fucking pigeons stuck in the cloak closet down the hallway.
Damn, a separate locker room?
Yeah, because you couldn't. There's only so many stalls in the team locker room, and you come into camp with like so many extra guys, almost 2 teams on some camps.
You weren't even in the visitors' locker room? Shit, dude.
The visitors' locker room was on the other side of the rink. So we got stuck in this like little shithole coat closet thing, and it took thankfully I did make that team. But if you're in the position like that, it's kind of like you have to show something and make the team, where half the team is decided and the other half is kind of up in the air, kind of not. They have an idea, but it's not solidified.
Interesting. I mean, that's definitely a tough way to get a job, man. I'm gonna be in a fucking coat closet, dude. So we touched on this briefly when we were waiting for Alex to finish masturbating. We were talking about the bubble, right? And so how could you compare playing like in the bubble, like how the teams did it with COVID and whatnot, versus playing in front of a live crowd? Is it more like playing like tournament hockey, like when you were younger? Any insight you can give into that?
I think it would probably be like playing in Charleston, South Carolina on a Tuesday night. But yeah, it would be like a scrimmage almost, I feel, because there just isn't that atmosphere when when the crowd gets going, no matter who you are, you might say it doesn't matter, but it actually does, and it does build this like.
Yeah, get your dick hard.
Yeah, it builds this like anticipation or this momentum that like something's gonna happen. Like we need to go, we need to go, we need to go. Where if that's not there, you kind of just cruise through the motions even more. And then if someone scores and you're like, oh, that sucks, whatever, move on. But if the crowds are booing the fuck out of you like they do in Toronto, then you're like, we need to.
Oof.
Yeah,
I think
true.
they boo their own team more than that.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Get slapped in the first round again.
Yeah.
So
But
follow
they got
up
ousted
on
from their own place.
If
sort of-
you're a
Oh,
savvy
fuck.
LA fan, you boo just as much as the Toronto fans, but
Mhm.
90% of our fan base has no idea what the fuck
What
hockey
they're
Oh, they're
even-
fucking
yeah.
clueless, but yeah.
what they're even booing. You know what I mean? They don't even know what they're booing. They're just booing.
They're-
To
Shoot
follow
the
up
puck
on that,
from the red line.
to follow up on what you just said about getting booed out of hockey, if you could play for any NHL team right now, who would it be? And if you got sent to an NHL team, who would you not want it to be?
I probably want to play for Ottawa because I'd actually get on the fucking ice. So
Hey, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yes.
uh,
Oh, we talk about how much they're a shit show all the time.
in reality, I think I would really like to play in Montreal.
Okay.
If I were good. Only if I were good, though. Big caveat. Because being in Montreal and being a star player, there's nothing like. I can't imagine being 23 years old, living in Montreal, and being single. Like, holy shit, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I mean, I bet you PK got his dick sucked in so many alleys there.
I'd imagine
They did him dirty though.
I'd imagine being a winger, you could probably crack Montreal's roster right now too.
I mean, Tyler Toffoli got a contract there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if Tyler Toffoli can get a contract, anybody can get a contract.
No.
Eh,
One place I probably wouldn't want to go would be Winnipeg. It just seems like a pretty dreary place to live. And
It does, doesn't it? Just seems like it's
Yeah.
always cold and snowing. I don't think
it
I'd
seems
want to
like
go
a
there
team
either.
that's always like the Minnesota Wild, where they're good, but they're kind of pretenders. They're all bark no bite. When it,
Yep.
Mhm.
True.
Ooh, we can get into there we go. We'll do that in a little bit. You guys,
I like the follow up.
hey, you guys do what you guys want to do. I'm taking some notes right here.
So, hypothetical question. I mean, you obviously you follow the modern NHL. I know a lot of players when they retire from any level of the game, you didn't take a break. I mean, all I did is play college, and when I stopped playing, I had to take like a 5-year break from watching hockey.
I haven't watched a single game in 3 years, so I don't watch that close.
Really?
Yeah.
You
I
just
know a
keep
little
tabs
bit
on it, or?
going on, but I'm not 100% dialed in.
Oh wow!
I mean, that's not shocking. I was actually like Alex said. I was more surprised that he was a little bit up to speed on everything because
Well,
I've heard that from a lot of people that stop.
I mean, you guys know because I talk to you guys all the time. But like, I have a lot of like LA Chargers players that come to my work and whatnot. So it's like I talk to other athletes, and I know a lot of people when they retire from playing a sport, even if it's not at the professional level, you need that break afterwards for a little bit before you get there. I mean, like I said, I didn't even play that serious. I played AA college hockey. That's fucking dog shit. But I still needed a break afterwards. I'm a fucking pylon. But
I could see why though, dude. Because like the sport that had your heart, the sport that you were in love with, broke your heart. You know what I mean? So you're just like, fuck, man. I need to like get away from this for a while. I could totally see that.
I don't know about broke my heart. Tore my ACL maybe, but not broke my heart.
Well, you never even got your heart in it, bro. We're talking specifically about
Yeah,
Colin.
we're talking about Colin. He was in the
Fuck up,
UCHL. Come on now.
That cold bitch definitely broke my heart at the end of the day.
Damn.
But also, I can distance myself because I loved playing the game. I didn't love ever watching the game.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't play in a men's league or anything now because I can never have that same level of skill, 1 and 2, like fun on the ice ever again. So I'd be chasing. It's almost like I'm assuming what like a heroin addict is like. You're trying to chase that high and you can never really get it back.
Yeah, you're chasing the dragon each and every time. You
Yeah.
can't. Yeah, that first initial high, man. That's why they say people get hooked on like drugs and stuff. They're constantly trying to chase that first initial high, and I can totally see the correlation. That makes a lot of sense.
So
Yeah.
like my last game skated was in front of 10,000 people, and I'd rather remember the game like that than in front of 5 wives yelling at their husbands like, "Let's get the fuck out of here!" The kid.
fucking drunk wife up in the stands. Beat his ass, Steve ass!
Fuck him!
Fuck him! He's an asshole! Babe, I'm hungry! Take me to Taco Bell!
Babe! Shit all over the stands!
Why is number 17 better than you?
If you're trying to clean him up!
I need to get this fucking kid out of here! Oh, yeah. Well, that's the kind of league that I played in. It was dope.
But that's your extent of it, right?
Yeah, that was dude. Well, I mean, it was a bunch of like 45-year-old men like wanting to pick fights, and I told one guy like got red in my face and like wanted to start a fight. I legit looked him deep into his eye and I told him to eat my ass, dude. I told him to eat my fucking ass, bro. Get out of my face. Dude, I just don't. I see that's another thing. Like I think you'd probably want to stick away from is like, you know, like with those adult leagues, you get a lot of like older dudes. I mean, like we're both in our 30s, right? So like you'll get dudes who are like in their 40s and stuff like that, who maybe played like college hockey or played since they were kids and stuff like that. And you get out there and you kind of show them up a bit. They're going to want to fucking injure you, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so much pride.
And a lot of those guys that didn't play at like a higher level take it way too seriously. Like when I was in my mid-20s, I played for a beer league team that was all old Russian guys, like in their 50s, like retired fucking cab drivers and shit. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be faster than you. Some of those guys had silky mitts, bro. A lot of those guys are way better hockey players than I am, but. Like, bro, I'd get out there and they're just looking. I'd get like maybe 2 shifts per game.
What would they say to you in Russian?
Zach, I know this is an N-rated podcast, but all the things I DM you about Daniel.
Okay.
And then some.
They're going to say Colin? Sorry.
Yeah, it's like you get out there and you're better than them. So instead of like them trying hard to compete with you, they fucking get pissed off and jealous and try to take it out on your teeth, and I don't need that.
No, hell no. What was the most gruesome injury that you faced out there on the ice?
I got pretty lucky with the injuries. Most of mine were all like just like stitches and cuts in my face. I think I got 65 in my face in my 4 years pro.
Damn.
But nothing like too extreme. The most gruesome I saw was. There's 2. My second pro game ever. It was like a couple of days after my college season finished. I shipped out to Dallas, Texas to join some team for a playoff run. And this guy standing next to the net, and a defenseman laid down as like skating backwards to stop the pass. And he was anticipating like running into the board, so he put his feet up to stop himself from like piling into the boards. But he put his foot up. And he put it right across this guy's quad on my team, and he cut it. He cut his quad right down to the femur, like completely tapped. Like 5 inches across, 2.5 inches deep.
Holy
like,
shit!
Bro, you're just standing there like holding his leg. Like, what the fuck's happened to Pridham? And then like thank God the ambulance was 2 feet away, and they kind of just like grabbed him off the ice and put him in the ambulance, and he had to get his whole leg basically like reconstructed.
Poor guy. There went his career, huh?
Yeah, like he that was it for him, because there was like a year or something recovery, and he's like, fuck this, I'm done. But like I didn't really see a whole lot. It was the pictures after were the grossest part. In the moment, you didn't really know what happened.
Yeah.
The grossest I saw was in Charleston. This kid Patrick Gall went down to block a shot. He took a slap shot right off the jaw, and it was just dust coming out of his mouth. Just he lost something like 20-something teeth, like
Jesus Christ!
Tired jaw, and it's gross when they wire your jaw shut. They give you a pair of wire cutters because if you puke, you'll choke to death. So you gotta have wire cutters on you at all time to cut yourself out.
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
Zach instantly regretting that question.
Yeah, I regret that question right now. But I do notice that you have a nice grill in your mouth. So I'm assuming that you never lost any teeth?
I got a few fakes in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, finally? Like, well, that was pretty. That's crazy too, because like I remember, what's it called? Even Jeff Carter, he had all of his real ones until that slash from who was it, Couture?
Yeah, no, that was fucking Keith.
Yeah,
Or
Duncan
Duncan
Keith.
Keith.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Yeah, Duncan Keith. Yeah, that was crazy because he had a pretty smile too.
I don't think Tyler Sagan's ever lost a tooth.
Sagan?
Who?
Nah.
I don't think Sagan's ever lost one either.
Nah.
No,
No.
he
way.
lost a lot this season, though.
I think
5 months of
actually coming out
recovery.
here.
No, not his. No, not his
Sagan
team.
Sagan can lose every tooth in his mouth and gum it the rest of his career and still pull more women than all 5 of us in this fucking show right now.
I never got that. I never got how he was such a wheel. And I don't yeah.
Bro, have you seen his Zamboni photos? Like,
I got fucking better photos than that. I don't get shit.
I bet you he was hung like a horse, though. That's what
that guy's a bona fide rocket, bro.
I know he left a wake when he was in Boston. I know a few girls that jumped into his pond. But
Damn.
Yeah, were they the ones that held up the
Fucking-
sign at the front?
Oh yeah, that's
So-
right.
Like in high school.
that sign's
Bro.
fake. That's shitty as
I
fuck.
know.
The
Yeah.
fucking sign.
I'll bet cash money. Michael Delzato was so glad he jumped on that Sagan train. He's getting all the slop.
Oh,
He's cleaning all of it up.
Huge residuals. I know. I won't say the guy, but I know someone who's hanging out with Sagan. It was probably like 3 years ago now in the summer, and they had a day party, and they had like 20 girls over, like 20 guys, 20 girls. They had a day party. People mingled, stuff happened, and then Sagan's like, "All right, girls, I couldn't get a bus big enough for all of us to go at once, so I got 2. Girls, get on this one. You're gonna drive to the bar, and then we're gonna get on the next one and meet you there." He sends the girls in one direction, they go in the other, have another 20 waiting for him at the other.
What the
my
fuck?
God.
Damn. That is
Tyler fucking Sagan, dude.
Sagan cleans up, bro. It's not like all the Kings players floating around fucking Hermosa and Redondo cleaning
getting
up all their
that
trailer
old-
trash.
all that
Yeah.
old mail.
All that old stuff.
Have you ever made your way out here to LA?
No, I've never been to LA.
Ah,
Just the
dude.
airport.
Just the airport?
Just the
Yeah,
airport,
that's
no.
trash. That's
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
hood.
Half
LA 's
half
not
the
wrong.
time you work at the
It's like
airport,
half in the hood.
Yeah.
It's like right in El Segundo, too.
A few hours on my way to Australia. That's it.
Ooh, how was that?
Oh, Australia is the place. That's the spot to be.
My dad is English by way of Australia, so he was born there and raised there until he was like 5 or whatever, and then moved back to England. But dude, that's one spot that I want to go to so bad, man.
Highly, highly suggest it. Like,
What part of Australia did you go to, Colin?
I jumped around quite a bit. I went to
Oh, okay.
Sydney, Perth, Cairns, Gold Coast.
Oh, so you went both coasts?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Honestly, it's pretty pathetic. The reason I went to the West Coast, to Perth, is because I heard about these little bastards called Kawakas. It's like a little, you got to Google it if you have your computer open. Google Kawaka selfie. Quokka. Kawaka selfie. And they're only on
Kawaka
this little
selfie.
island off the coast of Perth called Rottnest Island. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta go get myself a Kawaka selfie. So basically, I flew from Boston to LA to get this stupid fucking picture.
I've seen those before. Yeah. Mad respect, though,
Good
dude.
fucking picture.
Mad respect, though, dude. I
Was it
respect
that-
that.
Was it that much more to do that, or was it worth it?
It's like a 5-hour flight to go to the.
Oh, fuck.
There's nothing in between the east coast and the west coast of Australia. It's barren.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's literally nothing.
That's like
You-
flying. It's like flying over the entire central U.S.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. I mean, true though.
But
Honestly.
It's true.
even worse, which is kind of hard to believe.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
You guys don't know about Denver, Colorado? That shit's dope.
True.
That's not. I wouldn't call that central though. That's
That's
like
a
I would still
mile
consider
high
that west.
city, dude.
I know, but I would consider it almost west.
True. I want to ask you, and you don't have to get like too political about it if you don't want to. That's absolutely fine. But I want to talk about like hockey culture, and in particular, do the boys from Letterkenny give hockey players a bad name?
Riley and Jonesy?
Yeah.
No, I think they give a pretty good example of what a junior hockey player is like. And then I think the guys age out of that. So I think they're pretty good representation of like a junior hockey kid. Like an old kid, like, oh, I play in the old. Like that's what these guys act like. But once you get outside of that, life comes at you a little hard and you can't be like Riley and Jonesy anymore.
So expanding upon that, like the whole hockey culture things. I mean, we had a lot of I wouldn't want to call it like Me Too and stuff, but a lot of things came to light, like as far as like racism and like
Daryl Sutter,
homophobia and stuff like that. Is there anything that you experienced that you were just like, yeah, that's probably not right to like talk about, or just any thoughts that you may have like on that subject? Again, you don't have to get too decisive. You could completely punt. That's up to you. That's absolutely fine.
No, I think I was pretty fortunate. I don't remember any events that stood out where I was like, "Whoa, that's fucking offsides." Like you shouldn't say that. I even like I told you earlier in the story, my agent was Mike Greer, and Mike Greer is like one of my favorite people in the planet. So like obviously I have no, and like I don't really understand how anybody judges somebody on their skin color at this point in the game. My friends.
What year are we in? You know what I mean?
It's fucking ridiculous. I think it's one of the biggest things holding hockey back is the fact that we don't have as much ethnicity in the game.
Oh,
I
for
agree,
sure.
100%.
And it's only to our benefit if we go and include every minority group possible, because there's a lot of minorities and races that are so under promoted in our cultures. Like the one big one that I think is going to come on the scene soon is the Punjabi Indians out in Colombia and Edmonton. There's a huge market of them, and they're in the game. I know I played with a few in my professional career. One guy, Sahir Gill, and another guy, Arvin Atwal, and there's more and more coming. So there's 1 billion Indian people on the planet. So if we can get even a small percentage of the Indian population on board, hockey is going to boom. And I think it goes the same way with a lot of the Asian cultures. Yeah. We have no representation in hockey, but they really don't have any representation, unfortunately, in any of the American sports.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. A green field. Nobody is after India, China. I know basketball tries to do China, but unfortunately, there's a huge physical limitation in basketball, barrier of entry.
True.
Which skews away from the average Chinese man, but the average Chinese man is more than capable of playing hockey in today's world.
100%.
Very true.
We're starting to see a trend now where I think even over the last couple of years, a lot more Japanese, either culturally Japanese or actual Japanese players come into the game. But like you said, with Punjabi Indians, Jagir Kaira plays for the Oilers. I believe when he was drafted, he was the first one too.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna explode in the next 5 to 10 years.
I agree.
And as it should. I think it's it's embarrassing when you go someplace and you're just a wonder bread league.
Yeah, I agree.
True.
I hate that.
Yeah, and I feel even as a Mexican, a full Mexican, I feel like the only representation that I would have in the game of hockey right now is Austin Matthews, who's half Mexican but looks white as shit.
Yeah,
bro,
completely.
What are you talking about, bro? You had Rafi Torres for 5 years.
Alec Martinez, dude. Come on now, bro.
Yeah, yeah. It's Mexico's our neighbor right there. Dominate the whole continent. Let's get Mexico. And I thought it was cool as shit when that kid Ethan Bear, sorry.
Yeah,
I think
another Oiler.
His native script on the back of his jersey.
Oh, you for the playoffs, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cool as shit.
Yeah,
that was awesome. Yeah. I think Quentin Byfield is going to do wonders for the African American and Canadian African community.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Getting taken so high, the kid is going to be an absolute fucking stud for the Kings, dude. And I think he's just going to do wonders for it.
Yeah, and especially in LA where it's a prominent market, so he can be displayed. Which
exactly.
Better for the league. If he was stuck in Winnipeg, like Dustin Byfuglien.
Yeah,
true.
He wasn't marketed. Yeah, he wasn't even marketed.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know.
Because Winnipeg's all white, bro. Let's be real.
I know. I'm just saying,
dude,
being in the NHL, they should have done something. I mean, they've kind of tried with PK Subban, but they really botched that one. Being able to let Montreal do what they did to him, and then you have all these. Then Nashville did the same thing.
Yeah,
they did the same thing. They kind of said that he was the clubhouse, the clubhouse issue, and then you hear from all of his teammates I don't know what they're talking about. He was like a scapegoat. Yeah. You don't want to do that. That's a terrible idea.
If there's smoke, there's fire on the Subban one. I don't know anything in particular, but it seems hard to believe that you would trade a Norris Trophy defenseman without any outstanding issues or interior issues, I should say.
I get that.
I will agree with that, and the reason being is he is outlandish, man. He is out there, right? And a lot of hockey players, and I think a lot of locker rooms like to keep quiet, and they like things to stay inside of their bubble, right? And he's out there, bro, living his life, and you can't fault him for that.
like,
you know?
No,
Because the game ends, but PK Subban lives forever, or he's there for the rest of his life. So if he can build this awareness, hey, take advantage of the
True. Yeah.
I'm a little upset that he's not more involved. I mean, the biggest name you see coming out with all the new association, the Ryan Reeves, Matt Dumba. But when you get guys, which props to Matt Dumba, but
I don't think Reeves is on that. I think it's Kane.
That's
Kane
Kane.
is too.
It's
Evander
Kane.
Yeah.
But if you get star power behind you, like a guy like PK Subban, who especially in Canada and on the East Coast is as well known as he is, it adds a lot of validity for a lot of the people that are kind of standouts. And it's I don't know. It's kind of upsetting. You even see guys like Patrice Bergeron, who's white as can be, like French as fuck, is more involved than PK is with this movement.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's got to be something in the background that we don't know and why he might be reserved from doing it.
Yeah.
But I know like somebody interviewed Mike Greer about it. He's like, I don't think it's my place to speak on the issue.
Oh wow. That's you're saying a lot without saying anything.
Like he's like just a very quiet guy. He doesn't want to like.
Okay.
He doesn't want to say something because anything could be turned one way or another depending on what's
true.
Yeah.
on, and he's not gonna try and like he doesn't want somebody who's loved him forever to hate him over a comment that they misconstrued.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, and we get plenty of that now in the media.
Yeah, I mean, also too, if you look at like the fan base of hockey, it's largely conservative, man. And if you say something that can be construed as Black Lives Matter or anything that has to do with that, they're just gonna flame your ass, bro. Like, we don't kneel for the anthem. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, look at the shit that Dumba got, bro. When he raised his fist, or not even Dumba, it was JT Brown when he just raised his fist during the anthem, dude. Look how much shit he got. He's not even on the NHL team anymore.
I mean, we live in LA, which is one of the most progressive cities. Yeah, exactly. And I've talked to multiple people that are like, well, the only sport I watch is hockey now because all this kneeling is fucking bullshit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Like,
are you
just
not
watch
paying
the sport.
attention to what hockey's doing?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit if you kneel, stand, squat, sit. I don't give a shit. I only care if you play from the puck drop to the end of the buzzer.
Yeah.
I agree. 100%.
Exactly.
All right, Daniel, you haven't asked a single fucking question, bro. It's your turn.
Nah,
it's because his questions are like, what's your favorite color?
Blurple? No, it's... I like doing the follow. You guys submitted a whole bunch of shit ton of questions that I put out.
I do actually have a question.
Well, I mean, I could take one of the ones you guys submitted, but I mean,
I'm
just enjoying the conversation.
Okay.
Fuck Daniel.
Scott. Like you said, you haven't had a drop of alcohol.
Yeah.
All there is to do in Cincinnati, from what I was there, is drink. Like, it's only bars. So it's like, what did you do in Cincinnati?
Aren't you still there?
No, he's home.
No. I'm home.
You're home? Welcome home.
I'm in California.
Oh, I'm
but still, like,
welcome home.
there was like when I went to Cincinnati, there was food and there was drinks, and that was it. So, like, what else besides that is there really to do in Cincinnati? Since I know you were there for what, 3 years?
Yeah, there's really.
Schneef.
No, not that either. It's really not like I do like to just go to the restaurant. I don't need a drink.
Yeah.
And when the guys would drink, I'd be right there with them.
Okay.
If we're going, I'm coming with. So I never let the drinking be like a barrier of entry for me.
That's good.
I would always get like I wisened up and I started getting soda with lime, so it looks like a drink, and I could just avoid the questions like, "Why are you drinking?" Sometimes when you say you get this response as if like you have cancer, like,
for real. Yeah, I get that.
This man is living in 2050, bro.
So
I mean, Would you watch any because I know University of Cincinnati's big on football, and then there's Xavier University's right there, and they're huge on basketball. And I was wondering if you went into like any of the games there or anything.
You couldn't pay me enough money to watch a fucking basketball game.
It's boring. It's
Yeah.
fucking boring.
It's pretty
Thank
fucking
you.
boring, to be honest.
Especially
Yeah.
now when everybody's trying to draw foul. That's it.
True. Yeah.
It's like watching the Canucks play in the mid 2000s.
Die.
Yeah, no. I would just hang out with the fellas. I don't know. When you find ways to waste time and do stupid shit, pretty easy. When you got
I get
25
that.
guys, you fall into trouble pretty easy.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Any run-ins with the law?
Not since my college days, and it was like kind of bullshit. I was in this town of 2,000 people, and the cops had nothing else to do, so they just would pull over every single car on the road after like 10 p.m. And I remember one time I'm driving home from Halloween party, and I'm in a chicken outfit, like a full chicken body, and somebody spilled a beer on me before I left. I'm driving home, and I get rung up by the cops, and he's like, "I smell alcohol. Can you please step outside the vehicle?" So I have to do the full sobriety test, and I crushed it, obviously, because I was sober as a judge.
Yeah.
Blow it, and he's like, "I don't know how you're doing this, but you consider yourself fucking lucky tonight. If I ever see you on these roads again." And I'm like, "I want your badge number, and I'm going to come see you tomorrow." And I fucking wrote him up the next day. I'm like, "This is
Hey, nice.
Hey,
Nice.
hell yeah, dude.
That's the way to do it.
Fuck that guy. I got a question. It's one of the questions that we typed up. What are the biggest differences between leagues like the East Coast Hockey League and let's say like Oberliga and stuff like that over in Germany? Besides the ice size.
the ice size."
Yeah, besides ice size.
Oh, okay. The biggest difference between like the East Coast League and the German league that I was playing in would be depth. The East Coast League is pretty uniform from top to bottom. Like the skill depreciation from the first line to the third line, because I only played 3 lines in the East Coast League, isn't that much actually. It's just a matter of how much your coach allows you to use that skill. Because if you're on the third line and you make one bad play, coach is gonna be so fucking pissed at you, you're never gonna play again.
Yeah.
So, but your skill set is capable of performing in a first line role if you're called upon to doing that. In Germany, it was pretty dramatic after the first line because they limit how many non-Germans you can have on each team.
Oh wow.
So we were only allowed 2 non-Germans. So you're brought in as like a ringer and you're the guy on the team. But like if you were to get down into that third line German, like full German line, it's a pretty weak line. You can kind of ring them up if you wanted to. And
Follow-up question on that.
yeah.
Have you ever dropped the mitts in the ECHL and have you ever dropped the mitts in Germany?
No, I told you I'm a huge pussy. I don't fight. That's what I
No career fight.
Really?
Yeah, guys. A couple guys would like ask me. Only in the coast, never in Germany. There's really no fighting in the European leagues. Pretty rare. But in the coast, guys would ask to fight me because I'd be like the only other smaller guy in the ice and try to get like the crowd going or get their team going. And I would just look at them and be like, "Nah, I'm a huge pussy. I don't fight." And just
I love this guy.
and just take all their ammo out of them. And then we both, like, inevitably, we would both have a chuckle and move on and be like, "Okay, you got me." Because if I was like, "No, I don't fight," the only thing you're going to say to me is like, "Yeah, you're a pussy." So I just preemptively call myself a pussy, laugh about it, and we can move on.
It's the oldest comeback in the book, bro. But I love when people call me a pussy because they just look at him and go, "I am what I eat, my friend."
This man's living in 2050, like you said, Zach.
Yeah,
He's
dude, this
taking
guy-
it right out. Just
I
get
love
it
you, Colin. You're living in 2050, bro. As the old adage goes, Colin lives in 2050, bro.
Colin Mulvey, Brad Marchand's kryptonite.
Brad Marchand's kryptonite. Hell yeah, dude. Dude,
Brad
that
Marchand's
is
my boy. I can't shit on him. He's a good guy.
no, but you're his.
Oh, you know
kryptonite,
him.
bro.
Like
yeah,
you hung out
I
with
skate
Metcalf?
with them in the summers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you are
That's
definitely his
cool.
kryptonite, though.
I used to hate him and fucking till I met him, and then he's actually a beauty.
I've heard he's a super good guy.
Well, I mean, you just know what you are on the ice, really. You know
Oh,
what you can do to disrupt people. It's like
Yeah,
the same
exactly.
thing. Like you hear the same thing with like Corey Perry. I mean, he
Oh,
knows
Corey
what he
Perry's
needs to
a
do on
scumbag.
the ice. Or is he a scumbag, Colin?
Corey Perry's a scumbag.
Oh, okay, perfect.
He's a
There you
scumbag.
go.
Corey
Do you
Perry
guys-
would stab his own mother.
So we don't think that just because we're Kings fans. Then
Have you guys
Yeah,
never
it's just
heard Christian from?
yes,
Have you heard a story about him meeting Corey Perry at the gas station?
Which Christian?
no, Christian.
Christian Darnell, the LA Kings super
Oh,
fan.
LA Kings mean, yeah.
Yeah, so he has he.
Hold on, before you tell that story, I gotta ask a serious question right now, dude.
All
Did you go out and buy Sculpins because they shit on you for drinking Bud Light Platinums?
No.
Okay.
I was at the liquor store and I was looking for something for the show and I was like, bro, I haven't had Sculpin in like 2 years. I'm just gonna grab a Sculpin.
Because you did say, "Oh, I'm gonna bust out the Platinums." Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just want to make sure. All right. Proceed with
I
the story.
was rolling with your joke. So he was coming back from a game and like at the pond, and he ran into Corey Perry at the gas station while Christian was waiting for the bus because Christian can't afford a car. So he's waiting. He's waiting at this bus station in front of this gas station. He sees Corey Perry. He's like, "Hey, Corey, good game tonight." And Corey just looks at him and goes, "Fuck you."
Jesus.
I
Dude,
got.
he was having a bad game.
I respect it.
Let me ask you a question,
If
Colin.
he's having a bad game.
What is the biggest scumbag NHL player you've ever met?
Met.
I know the answer too, but I don't want to say it online.
Name the
You
team.
think they're gonna
We'll
see it?
figure it out.
Yeah, what
Hold
team
on.
do they
Our
play
team,
for?
yeah.
Team is good.
It's the worst team in the league. Who's a dumpster fire?
Ottawa,
No,
Edmonton, Winnipeg.
No.
There's a private chat that you can actually give it to us in this StreamYard.
Yeah, we won't
I
say
want
anything.
this. I want
If
this.
I don't say it, I'll text it in.
Oh yeah, we won't say it.
Yeah, we won't say anything. If you don't want to say, like we said, you can punt questions. So
Yeah,
we
Yeah.
just want to know.
I'll punt.
Okay.
All right.
I
No
know,
answer.
but I just don't want to say it.
What's
Okay.
the nicest guy you've ever come across?
Patrice Bergeron.
Really?
That makes sense. That makes
I
so
can
much
see
sense.
it, yeah,
I
for
can
sure.
see that. He seems like a great guy.
Dude,
Yeah.
like those Frenchies are either extremely racist or they're extremely nice, dude. There's like no in between, dude.
It's more like selfish, not racist, but selfish. Like, it's selfish shit. But Bergeron, I remember the first time I was skating with him. I'm just in line for a drill, and he comes skating up to me. He's like, "Hey, haven't seen you out here. I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Patrice." And I'm like, "Buddy, I know
Damn.
who you are. You don't even
Yeah, exactly.
Usually it's the opposite. Like, hey, I know you haven't seen me out here.
No, he was just
Your name's
flexing
Colin.
on you, bro. He was just flexing on you. Hey, my name is Patrice. What a
he's a
name.
fucking gem. He's like the best guy I've met, probably. Or Mike Greer. Mike Greer is my guy too. I don't want to forget him.
Nice.
I feel like a lot of those bigger names are just really humbled by their careers. Like I know Daniel's dad has a few good stories about meeting Luc Robitaille, and Luc Robitaille is apparently just a beaut.
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, my dad, so he was he worked for the correctional department of Riverside. And so he would go to like gang meetings, like the gang conventions in Anaheim. And so he ran into Luc Robitaille twice. But I still remember the first story he told me. He was just, he knew exactly who Luc Robitaille was. Obviously, he's big on sports. And he was just sitting there. He had a conversation with him for like 2 hours. And, he had to take off. He had to, go home to the, family or whatever. And my dad went to check out. And he was like, all right, I'm ready to tap out. And the guy, the bartender was just like, oh, yeah, that guy took care of your tab like 2 hours ago, like after he left. I was like,
That's
oh,
nice.
fuck. Like,
What a nice guy.
just talking to him, like, my dad always said the same thing. So, like, a lot of people are just like, oh, my God, you're a superstar. So they just get in their face, and it really annoys people. So, you just talk to him like a regular person, and,
Exactly.
that's really, something that they appreciate. So I took that, I took that to heart, and it was kind of cool. It was, I get some really good stories. He met a lot of famous people, and some good stories out of it because he wasn't an asshole.
On the flip side, I grew up playing with Matt Nieto, who's a career third liner, and he's a fucking scumbag. Dude blows so much smoke up his ass, he looks like a chimney.
Nicest, the only NHL player I've ever like really met. Just because I don't go.
I never got that feeling. I used to skate
Wow.
in the
Yeah,
summer.
I played with him from age 10 to 14.
Well, I mean, he probably went through puberty and fucking became a nicer guy, man.
That's true.
Yeah,
I-
that's a good point.
I was
because
also
I-
22, 23 years old when I met him. So
Yeah, I was gonna
You
say
grow
'cause
out of that.
I was a super nice kid, and I grew up to be a scumbag. So.
I was about to say, like,
Yeah,
I used to be
complete
a
opposite. You
fucking
guys switched.
asshole, bro, and I'm like the sweetest guy in the world now. Have you ever looked in my eyes? It's like listening to the Beatles for the first time. Does anybody get that reference?
no.
Nah, I have no idea.
I know
Fucking
I've seen the
super
movie.
bad, dude.
Yeah, I know I've seen the movie.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking super bad. Only NHL player I've ever met, because I don't go out of my way to try and meet NHL players, is Vinny LeCavier at
Vinny's a
Disneyland.
beaut.
Yeah, dude, didn't speak a word of English, but he was super cool.
He's
Nah, he spoke
Perfect. He
English,
speaks perfect English, bro.
but his kids didn't.
Didn't we
they're
both
awesome.
beat him? Didn't we both beat him at Disneyland on like 2 separate occasions?
I think so. Yeah, I took
And
a
then,
selfie with him.
and then Daniel and I met him with my nephew, and he was the coolest guy ever. For that one season he played in LA.
What NHL or what person have you ever met that you were just completely like starstruck about?
It was
That's
just
your-
a all-in-one kind of experience. I remember my first summer outside of school, Mike Greer invited me to the skate in the morning, and that's all he listed. He's like, hey, we're having a skate in the morning, come out. And I walk into the locker room expecting to see a couple other college guys or guys playing in the coast, and it's a complete NHL roster. I'm like, what the fuck am I walking into?
Damn.
It was like Ryan Whitney, Keith Yandel, Corey Schneider, Tuukka Rask, David Krejci, Marchand, Bergeron, Hal Gill, Sean Thornton, like pretty fucking extensive list of guys.
Oh my God.
Only guy-
Fuck.
The Golden Age Bruins roster.
yeah,
This man threw out Sean Thornton and Hal Gill.
Hal Gill's fucking hilarious. That guy's a legend.
Does Sean Thornton want you to drop the mitts? Just like,
He scared the piss out of me.
Really?
Did he?
We're playing this one scrimmage, and Tuukka like dropped the puck in front of him, like a rebound in front. And I toe dragged it out of his before his glove got down to it and scored. And all of a sudden, a bear grabs me by the chest and fucking pulls me. And I look, and it's Sean Thornton. He's mean mugging the fuck out of me, and I'm like, and then he started smiling, and we both laughed.
definitely a little
Missed it.
tinkle came out. Huh?
Oh my god.
He takes his shirt off in the locker room. The guy was cut as
Oh, I bet, dude.
Yeah.
He's absolutely ripped.
yeah.
Yeah, Sean Thornton's a fucking monster.
Yeah, the only time I've been because when I was in high school, I worked for a minor league Dodgers team. So the craziest thing is everybody thought Manny Ramirez was fat because he wore those baggy clothes. Holy fuck,
Jack, bro.
He came down. He was down there for a rehab stint, and this dude, I have never seen anybody that fucking big. He was just jacked, and everybody, he wore the baggy clothes, so everybody just thought he was a little fat, but.
No.
Didn't he hit a
wasn't.
home run in Japan and they went, Gojira! Didn't
That
they?
was like last year, like 2 years ago. Yeah,
Yeah, right? When he hit the home run, they're like,
Yeah, like
Gojira!
like 45 years old. I bet that dude could still fucking hit a home run in the MLB.
He's got a pierced.
He what?
If Pablo Datsu can tee up 60 points in the K, I'm sure Manny Ramirez can still compete in Japan.
Bro, what were you going to say, Colin?
Oh, there's a bunch of like silently shredded guys who you wouldn't expect just by looking. Like Chris Kreider has like 2% body fat. Like that guy's a fucking.
I believe it, bro. I believe it.
Honestly, with hockey players, that's the thing. It's like with hockey players, I feel like it's really hard to believe they're not jacked. I just think my
Most of them
perception
are like pretty milky on the top, like pretty stringy arms, huge fucking legs, but like not much upper body at all. And then there's a few guys who are just fucking huge up top, and it's startling when you see it. Like Eichel's ripped as shit too.
damn.
If you had to drop the mitts with anybody, would you drop them with Ryan Reeves or John Scott?
Oh,
I'll take it John Scott because he's a little bit older and he's a little bit too tall, so I don't think he could reach down and pound my face. And
Bro, I'm pretty convinced Ryan Reeves could punch down a building, bro. That's scary as fuck, bro.
Yeah, Ryan Reeves like is laughing. He's enjoying himself when he's getting ready. I don't want.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Well, I mean, like you mentioned Hal Gill, and that dude is massive. He's like what 6'7"?
6'7". Yeah, he's fucking huge. I remember it was we were doing this like 2-on-2 scrimmage, and it was Hal Gill and this other guy who was married to Catherine Tappan at the time. I think his name was Chris Leach. And he's like 6'5", Gil's 6'7", and it was me and this kid, Whitney, not
Ryan.
Whitney, but he's smaller than me. He's like Nathan Gervais size. He's like 5'5", 5'6", and it's us two versus those two. And it was literally David versus Goliath. I was like, what the fuck?
You guys are just skating under their legs.
Hal
and
Gill
stuff.
like, put a stick
Right between their legs.
and picked the puck out and like just dragged it around me.
What the
What can you do? There's literally nothing you can do. Catherine Tappan, bro. She's what does she do? Color commentary for the Kings now?
She does like NHL Network.
No, she does NHL
Yeah.
Network.
Oh, that's right,
Yeah.
Catherine Tappan. Yeah, that's right.
You're thinking of Carolyn Bath, and now she's just on Fox Sports, and she's in the NHL 20 for some god awful reason.
21, yeah.
21, yeah.
You play any Xbox, Colin, or
Oh,
PlayStation?
I don't own a video game console.
Oh,
It's
you
too
need to,
far
bro.
growing up. Couldn't
It's what?
Too far behind the learning curve.
Nah, you need to get on it, bro.
No such thing,
Play
bro.
some NHL with us, dude. You should get on it.
Oh man,
He's like, nope, I don't watch it. I'm not gonna play it. That's for damn
Bro,
sure.
you can drop mitts with anyone you want.
True.
I'd rather ask him about like how's their kill last night at the bar. Like that's what I wanted. Like let's do that. I don't really want to play. Let's tell kill stories.
Kill count, go.
I can't say that. Someone might be listening to this.
Ah, all right. I did
I
not
think it's
ask.
been a while since any of us had kill stories, but yeah, Scott's pretty much the only one now.
Yeah, my daughter's right behind me. I can't get in. She waves.
Hi, Amelia.
She can't hear any of you guys.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I had a few productive years on the road.
Oh,
There you go. Hmm.
was it in like your early 20s?
I'd say all of the 20s.
Hey,
Hey,
guy.
there you go.
My guy. Oh, I had my daughter at 24, man. So
See, Scott, you got so many good years ahead of you, bro.
I still got
between-
10 years going.
between 19 and like 23, I had some great times. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, man, if I didn't play hockey and traveled more, it would have been deadly. Fuck. If there's any 21-year-old kid listening right now, biggest life advice ever is graduate college, buy a fucking plane ticket to Australia, and go stay at hostels for 2 months and just love life. Love life. That's all I
Taking
got.
notes right now. Taking notes. I got.
Go to Perth, try and chill with the Tame Impala guys, and do a bunch of acid.
You can do that too, yeah.
I thought
Also
you
recommended.
I thought when you were saying that you went to Perth and you're like, well, it's kind of like a dorky reason why. I thought you were gonna say, oh, because I wanted to go there and listen to Tame Impala. They had a show or whatever. I was like, oh, that's sick, dude. I actually love Tame Impala.
I got a fucking selfie with this little rat-looking thing.
Well, was it photogenic though? Was he just like?
Oh, it made me look like such shit, the little bastard.
It wasn't even smiling. the little rat smiling.
Yeah, he shined me that night.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Hey, bro, it's better than LA. You come out here, you got raccoons throwing up gang signs in your selfies.
That's true, dude.
Probably, yep.
I don't know.
100%
Fuck
true.
those
Or
raccoons.
a possum. Even worse,
Yeah.
a possum.
Yeah, LA's
Fuck that.
not too high on my list at the moment.
Nah, and honestly, man, it shouldn't be. Anyone, any 20-year-olds listening, don't come to LA. We don't have a roof
Well,
for
no, I mean seriously, it's true. It's like everybody just sees LA for the beach, and it's not that.
Hollywood.
Yeah,
The beach
in
isn't even that
Hollywood.
good
you.
here. Yeah.
Our beaches are fucking disgusting.
They're
They are.
so gross.
The only reason I go to LA is because there's this one kid I used to play against, named JT Barnett. I don't know how to say his last name. But he's in this like TikTok house. He's like a 29, 30-year-old kid. And
Is it the Cloud House?
No, it's called the Honey House. I don't know.
Oh,
What the fuck?
He did it like a month ago, and they got 800,000 followers in like the first 20 days. And now
Oh,
they're in this
shit.
like $50 million fucking mansion, living life. Just started season 2, quote unquote, and they're making millions of dollars.
God damn.
Coming
The
out, my guy.
TikTok life.
You're gonna have to guest star.
Yeah, come on out, my guy. We'll show you some bomb ass Mexican spots.
That's
one
about the
every
only
6
reason.
blocks.
That's it,
One
yeah.
every 6 blocks for the 40 miles between my house and Zach's house.
Yeah. There's
But-
tacos Los Gordos everywhere.
Hey.
Zach knows this is my biggest gripe: zero quality poutine in LA.
No.
There is none.
So,
I mean,
so think of
What
New
do you
York like
expect,
this,
though?
right? Think of New York like this, right? So like on every corner there's like a pizza joint and it's all like the best pizza joint. That's how like taquerias or like taco shops are here, dude. Like they're everywhere,
Oh, yeah.
bro.
and they're fucking good.
And now they roll around in trucks.
Skyline chili, which is basically like preemptive diarrhea every single corner.
Yeah.
It's like Taco Bell, dude. It's pre-digested food, so it's like
yeah.
it's gonna give you the shit regardless. You're gonna ask him something, Daniel, or you're gonna ask him.
No, well, now I forgot because we started talking about everything else.
We started talking about food, and this fat fuck's like,
No. It was before the food. That's what it was. That's why you ruined my thought because now all of a sudden I'm thinking about food. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to plug?
I get if we're open for it.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Lay it on me, Daddy.
I this is gonna sound really awkward, but I started my own men's underwear line about a year ago now, and I finally have like the products in, and I launched about a month ago. It's been slow going because it's tough to get a foothold when you're starting at zero, but I think it's like the best underwear I've ever worn because when I was designing, I didn't just want to be a logo or just like a fucking stamp on it, because what good is that?
Yeah.
Who really cares about a logo?
You got a website?
Yeah, it's called Vora, VORA .style. And so like I'm trying to make premium underwear that like performs as well. So inside the underwear, there's a ball pouch to keep everything nicely in its place and keep it from bouncing around.
I feel that. Yeah. No.
And on the bottom of the legs,
there you go,
there's
Zach.
yeah. So if you can see like a double hem on the legs. That's actually a different fabric at the bottom, and it has just more elasticity, so it keeps them in place throughout the day. So you can.
Oh fuck! I need that.
You can go running, you can do anything, and the legs stay exactly where you left them, so you're not constantly pulling them down.
I need that so badly. Oh my god.
Let me ask you a question, just because these guys know I hadn't known this for a while. Who built your website? Did you do that yourself?
Yeah, I did it myself.
Oh,
Nice. Fuck yeah.
Good job.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Really good.
Shopify.
I got a serious. Oh,
Yeah,
Shopify.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I got a serious question here. Do you have an extra small jock?
We do add socks. If you
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sending my first order now, dude.
the crotch right there is like the little pouch. So when you pull them up, that kind of forms and just slides in between your nuts and your thighs. And
Nice.
Hey,
I kind of need
the ABC ass ball connector. Feel it.
this ball connector.
Is that,
I like
Scott,
it.
Scott, is that
Listeners, you got
is that
4
an
new
industry term?
customers.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I kind of need these in my lives right now, dude.
I will get some.
Yeah, so will I.
For
So
sure.
they're live. It's live now, right?
It's
Colin?
live, yeah, ready to
Okay.
rip.
So we
I'm
can
working
order.
forever to get there. And I actually started off this journey trying to make men's t-shirts
Mhm.
that fit a little bit better. And as I was in the airport on my way to Colombia to meet the factory, I pulled my nuts off my leg, and this smoking hot Colombian woman caught eyes on me. I was doing it, and I'm like,
No.
embarrassing. So I went to the factory the next day. I'm like, hey, we got to figure something out. We got to make better underwear. So I'm getting
That's great. That's a great
Hey,
reason
that's
to
good
start.
though. Yeah, for
Hell
real.
yeah.
Props to you for going more or less American built. I mean, the industry I work in is like almost all Chinese and Taiwanese, and I've had my own products, so I know. And all of that shit is just garbage. So props to you for going the right way. Because if it wasn't, I'm pretty sure I'd order like a medium and get like a triple extra small.
Yeah. That's like one thing I'm very particular about, quality and like packaging and everything. So I'm charging a premium price, so you expect a premium product. And like with every single pair, I write a handwritten note to everybody. And like I'm at the point where I'd rather hear criticism than praise, because you don't get anywhere with praise. So like if I get Adam and there's something wrong, I'd fucking want to get in front of it immediately and improve on it. But one of the reasons I did do production in Colombia is because Colombia and the United States have a no tariff agreement, because they're helping with to try to curb cocaine. That's kind of the trade-off they did. Like if you help us stop importing cocaine in the United States, we'll allow you to import other things for free. So that
I can't buy these, dude. That's right. I love that.
They didn't do that well in stopping cocaine, because you can still get it everywhere. But,
Well, I mean, did anybody watch Narcos? It's the CIA's fault, bro.
When I came back from Colombia, apparently it's suspicious to spend a month in Colombia as a white 29-year-old man. And when I came back, they fucking opened all my shit up. They ripped my suitcase apart.
Damn.
Dry scanned it. Like, they couldn't believe I didn't have any drugs on me.
Wow.
To give you a cavity search?
I'm
That'd
working
be my favorite
here.
part.
Cough and spread.
Off and spread.
So
Yeah, so we'll make sure to leave a link to your website.
100%.
when we
For
post
sure.
it.
So I wasn't gonna do this, but I kind of feel like we have to now, given that you are more or less NHL savvy. Let me ask you a couple questions, just hypothetically.
Yeah.
Do you think you can score if you were to play in the NHL in your prime? Do you think you put up more career average goals than Nail Yakupov?
Who am I playing with?
The same players as Nail Yakupov.
So like Connor McDavid.
No.
Taylor Hall.
Taylor Hall.
Yeah, it's it.
If I'm playing with Taylor Hall, Taylor Hall is kind of a solo player. He's not. He's more of like a one-man show. So if it was like me, Everly, and Leon Draisaitl, fuck yeah. Putting up 10 a year, no problem.
Let's switch it and go. Let's say Colorado with Landeskog and McKinnon.
100%.
What a beauty. Next one I had. Do you think you could dangle Jake Gardiner in a playoff game? Just make him look like an absolute idiot.
No. I don't
Really?
That was just one incident, right?
That was just a spite. That was a spiteful question. No, I don't think. Especially like a one-on-one, it's way harder than if like a 2-on-2. You have a way better chance of dangling the guy, because there's a chance that you're gonna like initiate a transfer of like who you're covering, and that's when you catch the defenseman like leaving your coverage for a second and having a bad gap. But if you like were to do a straight up one-on-one on the whole ice, no defenseman would ever get burned from the NHL, because it's all about gap control, and that's just like how far away from the other guy, and they would just be so tight to you, you wouldn't be able to do shit. At least I wouldn't. Maybe if you're Datsuk, you might be able to, and you had unbelievable hands, or Patty Kane. But the average player, if the gap is good enough, there's really not much you can do. You just get.
You say that, but I would say that 39-year-old Robin Regehr would argue differently. Because that dude got undressed by fourth liners for like a whole season.
Hey, brother, leave the wall of death alone, okay? Only Brazilian NHLer to ever be to ever make it.
Hey, yeah. Shout out to him.
No, love Robin Regehr in those ears.
Hey, man. They're all making huge cake, so fucking.
That's
Anybody
exactly.
who's ever played one game in the NHL is a hell of a lot better than me, and I got to give them their props for that.
Yeah, I like that.
Could be the shittiest NHL of all time. They're still a hell of a lot better than me.
Yeah.
Except Nayo Yakupov.
You can't say that.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Russians. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Nobody likes Russians. Thanks, Zach.
Brian Burke said he was the worst draft pick he'd ever had.
Finally, he said that.
I just watched that interview yesterday.
He said it was the worst draft interview he'd ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen it, he straight up said that one of the scouts wanted to fight Nayo Yakupov at the end of the season.
Hell yeah.
God damn.
This is the easiest question, though. We didn't get to it. If you played on a line with Connor McDavid, could you score 30 goals?
What?
Could you
Skull?
score?
Do I get to pee on the PP too? First line unit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dangling. I'm getting close to 30.
I mean, Patrick Maroon did it, right?
Yeah.
No, Patty Maroon hit 22, but
Close enough.
But still,
He was
like,
also
Patty
what dog
Maroon.
shit before that.
The only game I've seen, I ended up meeting this girl in Colombia who lived in Montreal, and I went up to see her around New Year's time, and we went to a Tampa Bay versus Montreal Canadiens game, and Patty Maroon struggled to get up and down the ice. He is not
damn.
Yeah, he's sucking air.
I mean,
he looks like
he
me.
has his moments though. He's got his moments. Let's be
He
honest.
looks like me, bro, and he's on skates, man. I mean, what do you expect?
I'm honestly, he must be like so beloved by the guys because he kind of, from my vantage point in the stands, which shows you how much I fucking know about the game. If I wouldn't be in the stands if I knew anything. He looked like he was almost more of a detriment than a plus on it.
Yeesh. Do you have any interest in getting into like scouting, coaching, anything like that?
No, that's one of the reasons why I got out of the game at my age. I did was because if I kept playing, that's all I would have been qualified for in life. If you're 31, 32 years old and you're entering the workforce, you're unemployable. So all you can do is do scouting and coaching. And honestly, like I fucking wouldn't even coach little kids. I'd rather coach adults than little kids because little kids you have to deal with parents.
Yeah.
Parents are the worst. If I were to get into any kind of like coaching in hockey or anything back in the game, it'd probably be skill development, like 1-on-1 or like 2 or 3 in a little group, and it would be kids who just really wanted to get better. That's the only thing to be associated with, because I'm not babysitting, and I actually could see like progression of like improvement over time.
Yeah.
So you'd want to like coach at like a Pavel Barber like school or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like development.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
That's really
I'm surprised you know who Pavel Barber is.
Oh, bro, we all know who Papa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, just because we're in
up on our
California, doesn't mean we don't know shit about hockey.
We're-
Okay?
We're the most
I
advanced.
didn't know he was that big of a hockey personality.
He's really not.
He's not. It's
not
just
out here. No, he's
his
not.
his mitts are silky as fuck, bro.
Yeah, but it shows you how fucking little that plays in the game and how much it doesn't matter, because I don't think he played anywhere.
No, he didn't. I don't think he did.
Yeah.
But it's just his
considered
hands.
one of the best stick handlers in the game, but he couldn't play anywhere, which is kind of crazy.
And hey, but the YouTube is popping though.
Yeah,
YouTube's going on for Pavel Barber.
YouTube is fucking crazy how much money you can make on it.
I know.
Oh yeah,
I never
without
knew.
a doubt.
I got invited to this bachelor party in Toronto, and I get off the plane and I tell the cab driver the address I'm going to. He's like, "Dude, you sure you can afford to even hang out in that neighborhood?" I'm like, "Fuck off, bud. Take me there."
I was
Yeah, dude,
invited.
we'll get a cool like 100K from this YouTube video. So it'll be pretty.
Oh yeah, sure, for sure.
So he drops us off, and the house is right behind Drake's house for like to paint a picture.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, dude, who the fuck is paying for it? He's like, oh, it's Jack's boss. I'm like, what the fuck's Jack's boss do? He's like, oh, he's on YouTube. I'm like, what the fuck? The guy was pulling in like 12 or 15 sheets at the time, 4 years ago. He's got the biggest technology channel on all of YouTube. It's called Unbox Therapy.
Oh, okay.
That dude.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I thought you were gonna say Linus Text Tips, dude. I was like, what?
That guy's fucking small potatoes compared to Lou. Lou on Unbox Therapy.
Lou is yeah.
He gets a full fucking FedEx truck full of shit sent to his warehouse every day for people.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even do it. He's got 3 or 4 guys that just open the shit, put it on eBay and sell it. He doesn't even fucking look at it.
That's terrible.
Jesus.
I mean, that's capitalism for you, bud.
Yeah.
It's all about that
I was gonna
investor
say,
money,
welcome to
bro.
American capitalism.
Yeah, that's America in a nutshell right there. You start off doing something really great, and then you expand it, and it's like, yeah, now I'm not even doing it.
He's a Canadian, the bastard, too.
Really?
Those aren't even
mean-
my hands opening the box.
Now
It's like a top-down view, and it's not even his hands.
he gets paid like 100-something thousand to unbox their shit. Like, if you're not putting up
Jesus.
6 years,
Yeah.
you're not putting a box.
Mm-hmm.
God damn. You should send him a pair of your underwear, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. You went to
Honestly, I need stuff like that, but I can't afford it.
No, you know what you need to do? This will be totally free. Send us some underwear, and we'll model it for you.
If you
He's
see
like,
the
I don't know,
pictures
you're-
that I have on my Instagram and my website, I think you guys fit the motif perfectly.
Hell
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
without a
that's what I'm
doubt.
talking about. That's what I like to hear right there, bud. Hell yeah. Oh, you want to plug your Instagram?
My company Instagram is Vora Style, VORASTYLE. And if you want to look at me directly, it's Mully2587, MULLEY 2587.
All right.
I'm sending you a follow request right now, dude.
The Vora one will be a little bit more interesting to follow. We're going to get some good looking women on there and things like that.
All right.
I'm not interested in women, dude. So.
No.
He's gonna only follow Colin. That's all.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
It's 2020, boss. Live your best life.
You
Live
can
your best
slide
life.
into my DMs. I'll respond.
You know what they say, bro. You know what they say. It's variety. Variety's the
Variety
spice of
spice
life.
of life.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll add this. This is my only final thought. I thought I had other questions, but I guess not. It's been a long day at work. I'm really glad you came on, man. I mean, when Daniel initially DM'd us, I was a little apprehensive because we are a little more out there than a lot of other shows, and you really rolled with it, bro. I'm really glad we had you on. It was a pleasure.
Yeah,
Seriously,
I remember
dude.
you guys were so hesitant. You're like, we're gonna say stuff. You gotta be ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you know the raciest podcast that I've ever listened to would be like Spittin' Chicklets, which even okay, it's not NHL Network radio, but it's really not that bad. I mean, they asked John Hamm about how huge his cock was once.
Yeah, they've turned it down a lot recently.
Yeah. So
It used
so
to-
my thing coming on with you coming on, because that long ass novel that Daniel sent you, I actually typed up. My thing is like, I used to play hockey. Scott used to play hockey. Zach and Daniel are both fucking degenerates. So it's just a crew of fucking degenerates, bro.
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly.
My thing when we started this was like, oh man, it would be super cool if we could have like actual talent on the podcast at some point. But if it does, the way it developed, I was like,
Yeah,
bro, there's
I
no way
told
we're
him,
ever
yeah.
gonna get people that are down to do
Yeah.
this.
Alex,
So-
when we were off, I kind of told him like we literally started this because us three were playing NHL 17 or
So, no,
16.
bro.
It went
bro.
further
I
back
don't
than
know.
that, but
Whatever it
yeah.
was.
It was 13. You and I met for the first time the year right at the beginning of the playoffs when the Kings won their second cup. Is when you and
Nobody
I met.
fucking cares, okay? Finish
Yeah.
what you're gonna say. Goddamn.
Anyway.
Fuck you, Daddy.
No, but that's what I was telling. I kind of told him we just literally started this because we would just talk about it on Xbox all the time, and we were just like, "Hey, podcasts are a cool new thing to do. Might as well, get together once a week and do it."
Don't listen to a word that they say because Daddy had started a podcast long before they did, King Centrics, and then they're like, "Hey, do you want to like help us start a podcast?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, man, let's do this." Me and my 5'5" friend Dave, the one that was commenting earlier, me and him were on like their very first like inaugural podcast like show, dude. Like so,
Zach,
they took it a lot further than
where is your show now?
That's very rude.
Number one, it's the off season, and two, the Kings have been shit. What is there to talk about?
Fair point. That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Fair.
What is there
Very
to talk about? You can only talk about so many trade speculations, bro, or like what you would do with the lineup. That's like one show, and then you're done for like the rest of the fucking season, dude. Come on
Yeah.
now. No, but to expand on like what Alex was saying, that that's my apprehension as well. Like, I don't really have a filter, and frankly, I don't give a fuck like to have a filter. You know what I mean? Like, I think you get your funniest and best answers when you're either put on the spot or you hear something that completely throws you off your game, and you're just like, yeah, then you get your best answers. But yeah, man, I really appreciate it, dude. This is a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
I fucking
True.
hate the standard questions like, what was your favorite hockey moment?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
we kept those off.
Yeah, those suck. Like they're fucking so cultured by this point and so crafted. It's
yeah.
All right, then fine. If we're gonna go off the cuff, question right here.
Question, let's go.
Finest talent you ever pulled while playing hockey, and where was it?
It was 100%. I would have to say.
My current girlfriend.
So I was playing in Germany, and this one girl like slides into my DMs, and I don't respond to it. And then this even hotter chick slides into my DMs, and I'm like, holy shit. So I fucking respond to that chick. Apparently, the way it was structured was I was supposed to hook up with the first one, and the second one was just coming in to like guide me into the first DM. But I finagled it to get the second.
Hey, okay.
Rocket. She was like a Christian Dior model.
Okay.
Absolute smoke show. But yeah, she slid in my DMs and I picked her up. She was a fan of the team.
Wow.
Attaboy, dude. Attaboy.
I feel that. Yeah.
I like
I'm
it.
getting rock hard at living vicariously through you right now, dude.
Man, you got rock hard when you see some of the outfits she would pull. Like this chick dressed to impress. Like she would show up to my house in full lingerie, like garter belt, corset, the stockings.
Stop! I can only get so erect.
I remember
Your daughter's behind you.
my favorite was
Jesus fucking Christ.
one time she used to ride the bus to my place. Like she didn't have a car.
You didn't go pick her up,
No,
my guy. Make her to take the bus.
She would come over before practice. We'd have a little rendezvous, and then she'd leave, and I'd go to practice and have a night. But she came over riding the bus, and she opens the door, and she opens up her trench coat. Nothing on. So this badass bitch rode the bus. Bare ass. To come down.
Damn. Shout out to Europe, by the way.
God bless her.
Only place that shit happens. Shout out
God
to Europe.
bless her, dude. God bless
Germany
her.
is some shit, ain't it?
Oh,
God
man.
bless her.
There's some serious talent walking around the European streets.
Oh, I bet.
But not Cincinnati.
There's a big, but most of the women, like the good-looking women in Cincinnati, are married by 21 years old.
Oh yeah. Oh,
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're college sweetheart. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Daniel's got to go
There's
poop.
definitely still some.
No, Daniel's got to go ask his wife if it's okay if he stays on a little longer.
Hey, they're talking about other women. I just want to let you know that you're the most beautiful one I've ever seen. You're my
True.
pill that I ever had on the road.
So my last one, and this is I was debating throwing this out, but fuck it, might as well since we're on it. So salad or flow, whatever. How important is that to your game? Because you obviously have some pretty solid salad. I would like to think I do, but I got these Jew curls, so it doesn't sit right. But how important is that to your on ice performance?
My on ice performance, not a whole lot. My off ice performance, quite a bit.
Attaboy!
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah, but you only grow the flow for that, like for the after games, bro.
Yeah, like nobody on the ice gives a shit, but maybe someone in the stands might give a shit.
There you go.
Yeah, like personally, I've had long hair for so long too. I feel really weird not having it. I cut it off once or twice since I was like 15. But it really doesn't get a whole lot shorter than this, and it's basically my identity. And love it or hate it, when I walk into a room, you're gonna fucking recognize me. And you're like, hey, there's the guy with the long hair.
Attaboy.
Fuck yeah.
I've
I
never
love
been
that.
able to grow my hair long. I always get too impatient.
I always grow it long and then cut it really short after. Like
by
I'll
the
grow
way-
it up to my shoulders and then buzz cut.
By the way, Alex, you got me in trouble. I went to go pee, and she heard what you said.
Damn, Alex!
I had to take a
Attaboy.
piss.
Oh shit.
Daniel's getting
That's
the pop
funny.
out tonight, dude.
Nah.
Thanks.
All right. Barring any other questions, I think that'll do it for us tonight, boys. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good.
Well,
Do you have any questions for us?
yeah.
How big
Probably
are your
not.
branches?
Wait.
Bro, whoa.
Wait. What did you just ask?
How big is everybody's wrenches?
No, dude. Did somebody leak my question to him, bro?
Yeah, you did.
Bro, the entire time Zach was like, I'm gonna ask him this question, and then we were all like, are you serious? And he was like, nah, I'm not gonna actually ask him that, but it was the
Who's got a
exact same
covered
fucking question.
wagon? Who's got a covered wagon?
Oh, not me. No,
No, not
I'm
at all,
white, bro.
Yeah.
You already know. Hey,
Yep, Scott's got that.
Wagon.
hey, you already know.
Bill
Yeah.
Belichick
We're chilling
is
out
not
here.
my
Covered
coach.
one.
I'm a Russian Jew, bro. That shit don't fly here.
Yeah.
He got, like I said, he got circumcised at 25, bro.
Bro, I'm
He
about
did it himself.
I got that native Mexican blood in me, bro. I'm chilling.
I'm about a Martin St. Louis from the ground and about 3 degrees towards Montreal.
I'm probably like a good 3.5 soaking wet.
soaking.
Are we in this metric system, centimeters?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. We're gonna have to have you back on, dude. We're gonna have to have you
This was
back on.
fun.
I
This was
love
fucking
this,
fun.
dude.
Awesome.
I love this. And we'll talk more hockey next time you come on, man.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm open book. Fuck it, let's rip.
Hey, let's go. Love it.
Oh yeah, we appreciate it for sure.
So if you haven't already, make sure to follow us on all the socials. You can find us on In the Neutral Zone. You can find us on In the Neutral. I'm dying. Find us on In the Neutral Zone and on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and you can also follow Colin on Instagram at Vora Style. It's VORASTYLE, and then you can also follow him on Instagram if he decides to give it out.
Mully.
Anything?
Mully, yeah.
Was it Mulley?
I don't know if he wants to give that out.
Yeah,
But,
you can follow me there. I don't give a shit.
Mully
There you go.
2587.
Yeah.
I already followed you.
Bro, you got to shout out his Instagram. Though. He pulls more rockets than Tesla.
That is his Instagram.
Yeah, if you want to see, if you're listening to the podcast right now, you didn't watch our live stream, and you want to see how gorgeous this man is, like, I'm almost churned right now, dude. I'm legit almost churned. But if you want to see how gorgeous he is, you can follow him, Mully, Mully 2587. You can find him on Instagram. Send him a DM with a picture of me, and it'll turn him on even more. But yeah, I mean, that's all we pretty much got. Plugs and thugs.
That's right.
Have a great evening, everybody.
Later.
Yeah, see you guys.